Hello everybody and welcome to Dynamic GT League's Not Amused Championship for Race 3 from Cirque de la Sarthe, Le Mans. And joining us on commentary is Ray. How are you, Ray?
I'm doing not bad. How's yourself?
Ask me after I've stopped yawning. Yeah. I might be a bit of a sloth today. Okay, there's the championship order, everybody. Jason leading the way. I don't mean to be lazy and not emphasise the fact that Jason's winning the championship. I'm just knackered, that's all. Okay, Ray, we've got a very interesting track to race around here. Cirque de la Sarthe, no chicanes. And what do you think may be a feature from today's race?
The feature of today's race is bumming.
Oh, okay, fair enough. No problem. As SGP is on pole position with Dave the Harp in second place. Is it me or does the tarmac there look like it's moving when it's not?
Yeah, SRI.
Yeah.
And Twilight. I don't know what positions because you put me off, but that
Jason,
looks
Steve.
weird.
It does, doesn't it? It's not just me. I thought it might be my tired eyes. There was Jimmy Conrad. It looks, it's like it's almost like the Star Wars zoom effect on when you go into hyperdrive.
The way the words come down the screen as well. There was words on it.
Yeah. Okay, right. That was the grid. Sorry, everybody, but the tarmac just really threw me there. It was very, very odd to visually. And hopefully everybody else saw it as well. So we're getting ready with the lights. We're at 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Will anybody jump start? No, as they go. It looks like SGP has got a decent getaway. SRI already with a bit of a run on Dave the Arm, headed into the kink. And this kink, Ray, not flat out in this car, I don't think, because of the braking zone for the first real corner.
Yeah, it's like a lift.
Oh, wow!
SRI went wide and him and Dave the Harp have made contact, as well as Jimmy. Don't know where Jimmy was going.
Well, I think Jimmy may have been tagged by Gary. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I remember seeing. So SRI, bit of a gap now to SGP. Dave the Arms dropped a few places. I didn't see what happened with Dave and SRI because I was watching Jimmy going flying. And now we're on to the bit where you said is going to be a feature of the race. It's a long straight here. And yeah, bumming is going to be the name of the game. This way, if you watch, we'll get banned for saying that on YouTube. After all the jokes we've told, that'll be what we get banned for. But yeah, for the drivers, if they want to gain anything down this straight, they're going to have to work together, aren't they?
Oh, Jason's pulled out. So was SJP, sneaky. Because SRI was following his slipstream. We must have seen Jason getting a run and moved to the left. But now we've got a 4-way battle. SGP, SRI. Oh no, it's getting too many now. Can't keep up.
Yeah, SRI on the back of SGP. Steve F1's been hung out to dry in the middle. Connor giving Dave a bump. Drafton Dave was giving Jason a bump. So Jason's now into the lead. But on the pack cam, Jimmy and Bob, I think it was, were absolutely flying on their bump draft a bit further down. Oh, Rich into the wall at the kink. Easily done. Okay, this is now the treacherous point, isn't it? The run down to the Mulsanne curve. There's a little kink coming up, but the drivers are going to have to slow down before it. Let's see who can make the corner.
Yeah, this is a danger zone.
Oh, Bob! Yep. So Bob a little deep, Connor a little deep. SRI got away with it there with being tagged a bit by Bob. But yeah, so easily. But now we've got another tricky area coming up, haven't we? The kink into Indianapolis, I think it is. So in a race car, it's flat out round the kink. But again, in these, it's not, is it?
No, you've got to be on the brakes before you hit the kink. And then, I don't know if you were doing it, but I was lifting off to get round the kink and then back on the brakes.
Absolutely, yeah. So the first 3 are around. Steve F1 trying to go around the outside of Conrad. And this is where drivers going to want to hope they don't go too wide. Dipping a wheel as Rich has done that in the background, kicking up a bit of dust. And then we're into a horrible, tricky, tight right-hander. And then we're onto the straight where if anybody gets penalties during the race, this is where they're going to serve them. excuse me, this being the section just before the Porsche curves. And interestingly, SGP started the race in the front and is still in the race. He's still in the lead at the moment. Twilight.
Yeah, Twilight pulled over to the side. I don't know, did he maybe have something to do with Rich going into the gravel, the corner before the hairpin?
Quite possibly, SRI had a look at going into the Porsche curves on the outside of SGP. Didn't quite work because Dave's all over the back of Conrod. And yeah, I mean, this sector is a tricky one for these cars because they don't have the downforce of a race car. And if you get a little bit out of shape like Jimmy has there, you might see Jimmy running a bit wide here. No, he's managed to hold on. I think Jason got a little bit wide though, didn't he? It's all right.
He's got a good run out for the left-hander. I don't know what it's called, so the screw.
Now into the final couple of chicanes, and I mean, I wouldn't say on the back cam, just seen Bob going in there very, very quick. Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't say that it's single file through the final chicanes because side-by-side and overtaking can be done, but obviously it's not the fastest way. So SRI now leads, and this is where for the first time the drivers are going to have to be careful of this kink and running wide a bit like Steve F1, and then you've got to make sure you get on the brakes and get it slowed down. So Connor and Dave still side-by-side. Gary running a little bit wide, but gets away with it. And Demon R now closing in. Demon R having a shocking qualifying lap or qualifying session, and that's what happens if you do a Kimmy. You're having a shit before the session. Oh, SRI!
SRI?
Oh,
he's out wide.
Yeah, he's having a shit in the session. Okay. Oh, wow! Oh, big collision there. Rich Blues managed on the pack up to get through the middle. Don't know exactly what happened there, Ray, do you?
Well, SRI was seen on the grass, so maybe he was slowly returning and had a moment. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay,
might need to ask him.
I will. I'll make sure I do. So SGP and Steve F1 got a little bit of a gap, but they're now potentially, they may get slowed down a little if they're over a second ahead. And now we've got a triple bump draft. Now, 2 cars bump drafting is fast. 3 cars bump drafting is faster. So I think even if there wasn't any reduction of speed for a leader who gets a second ahead, the 3 bump drafting will catch a 2 bump drafting all day long.
Yeah, he's got that extra horsepower back there.
Oh, that he has. That he has. Well, it's a triple way that's powered by a dragon. Jason goes Steven instantly. SGP pulls out of the slipstream with Steve F1, leaves him all on his own. Bob's been stuffed out a little bit as well, so Jason gets into the lead. Demon are second, as Steve F1 is holding on for third at the moment. Bob on the outside of SGP. Can they get it slowed down on this occasion? Oh, Gary sideways. Oh, taking a little shortcut there, maybe.
Yeah, he missed the corner. He's made his own track.
Well, Gary is so special, he does make his own tracks. But no, to be fair, on the pack cam, it did look like there may have been a bit of a coming together with him and another car, and it does look like he might be backing out a bit and letting Bob and SGP back through. In a situation like that, if Gary was put through the corner, then he would need to make sure that he hasn't gained from it. And Steve F1 around the outside of Jason, got the inside line. But yeah, so in that situation, Gary would have to drop back, wouldn't he, Ray?
Yeah, make sure he doesn't gain advantage through it. Well, as we can see, he's up in what? Well, he was. He's 6th now.
7th now. SRI's got past
him.
Demon R just have a massive sideways moment.
Oh, somebody serving a penalty there. Steve F1 must have served his penalty, and SGP's got a penalty because it was too close to the penalty line. He can't serve it till next lap, so that might hinder him a wee bit.
That it might. Heading into the Porsche curves, SGP got the tighter line. Bob going looking for a little switchback, wasn't quite on. So Demon R leading Jason. Jason, the current championship leader, as we mentioned, having won both of the first 2 races. And really, the last thing the drivers need here is to allow Jason to go ahead and win 3 in a row. Because if he does. Oh, Bob's a little out of shape. Is he going to be wide? No, he's okay. Nice to see the drivers trying to keep it really within the track limits there. Oh.
SRI on Steve F1 in the background there, and SGP was going. He just stuck his nose out to maybe see the chicane or let Jason know I'm here.
Yep, there's a possibility. Oh, Bob's gone a little bit deep, and that's going to allow Steve F1 to get a run on him. And that has allowed the front three now to break away. And if I think about it as SGP making a move on Jason, if the front two get a second gap ahead of third, they get slowed down. If the front three get a second ahead of fourth, they don't get slowed down. Oh, I think Bob has sent Steve F1 through the first chicane. That may actually help the front three a little bit there.
Yeah, I don't think Steve F1 lost any positions. I think Bob's lost a couple.
Yep, he definitely has. Oh, Jimmy's going a little bit wide as well. Now, something we will see or might see is drivers picking up penalties for the exit of this corner here. You get a little bit too over that curb and you can pick up those time penalties. So we're going to have a triple slipstream here between the front three. Looks like we are.
Yeah, nobody's going their own way.
No.
It's a Fleetwood Mac song, isn't it? You can go your own way. SGP and Steve F1.
Yeah. So I wonder if that was SGP sort of trying to defend from Steve F1, or putting Steve F1 in a position of going, here, I'll bump draft me and we can both get past. Jimmy's bump drafting Conrad on the pack cam, although it looks like Tweeterbird is having a taste of Connor. So Steve F1 and SGP do move into the lead. Here comes Dave the Heart with a little bit of slipstream and SRI following close.
Yeah, and we're getting close to that kink braking zone. Oh, well, this is a kink before that. So
Connor's had a massive moment there. And the thing is, when you're in a pack like this, it's very easy to not see where that kink is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a freeway sandwich in the back there. Dave the Harp, SRI and Conrad as we're on the brakes. Oh, somebody's just getting hit in the pack cam. It was Jimmy, get hit wide by, I don't know who it was, whoever was behind him.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at the pack cam. Usually I would, but I wasn't. I was looking at the main screen there thinking someone at the front here is going to go wide. And no, they didn't. They all got through well. And yeah, Jimmy was lucky there. So Steve F1 now leading the Ray. Jesus. He's leading the Ray.
He's leading the Ray?
Well, let's see. Can he hold on?
3 in a row. SRI on the inside of Dave the Harp there, and Conrad. Don't know if the move was on. SRI's. Where's SRI gone?
I don't know. Maybe he's gone for a walk 500 miles away. Steve F1 nearly went a bit wide. So Bob now in second place. This is where Steve F1 would wish that this boost setting isn't on so he could break away and disappear. But unfortunately, that's not the case at the moment. So Bob is going to be able to close in. Demon R and Jason side by side with Dave the Heart right behind them. Let's see how they're going to get on into the Porsche curves. Very easy corner to get wrong as Bob has gone flying in and Steve has gone flying out. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, I think Bob got that one a little bit wrong.
Yeah, I think he just messed up in his braking. I can't get my words out zone.
Yeah, I didn't know we had a can't get my words out zone. Is that where you go if you're trying to say something? You just go back, fucking hell. Well, Steve F1 massively unlucky there. So Jason now leading, and this is exactly what I said. The drivers will not want to be happening. Let's see, Demon R though, fairly experienced around this particular circuit as Jimmy taking an interesting line out of the final corner there. As the pack cam looks like it's going on board for a little while. I'm not exactly sure who that is. It might be...
Conrad.
Yeah, I think it is Conrad. So Demon
He's
Eye.
got a red car in front of him, so
Yeah.
it's
It's
Conrad.
Conrad. Oh, Jimmy round the outside. That's the NASCAR line. You won't get away with that in this. So Jimmy will need to make sure that he doesn't gain anything. Although he is currently still ahead of Connor at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, he's had a big side. Maybe he's waiting for a safe place to let Connor past. I mean, that would be... Oh, Connor's coming past him now. So, yeah, maybe Jimmy was waiting for a safe place to let him through. Because, I mean, in that first sector, it's not exactly easy to pull out of the way and let someone through. Okay, so now on to the Mulsanne Straight once again. And interestingly, this car doesn't even get close to topping out, does it?
No, it doesn't. The gear ratio doesn't get it that far. Or the power of it as well.
Yeah. Okay. The cars do go past the camera quite quickly. Well,
yeah, it's about to say, it's like a bullet train going past.
Yeah.
Who's that? Is that Dave the Harp left?
Well, I think he moved over. Maybe he was hoping to do what SGP did earlier and move over and get bump drafted, but Connor just slipped into the spot that he was in. Jimmy now closing in with SGP. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting. I mean, one of the things that this situation is creating is that down the end of the straight, it looks like it could be busy all the way through this race. I suppose it's one of those things with this boost setting and the length of the straight as Demon R now pulls out from the back of Jason. That sounds wrong. Dave the Arp close in there. Jimmy taking advantage. Steve F1! Wow, it could fly him through. Absolute carnage down at Arnage. Oh, actually, I don't know if it is or no. That's one of these corners somewhere is called Arnage. I should have had the track map, but yeah, carnage by Steve F1 a bit there. Something like Steve F1, isn't it?
No, oh, Gary's got a bit of lag. You see him bouncing for car to car.
Yeah, well, I think I see him bouncing from car to car. I could just be my eyes.
Was it chap door run away? Lag away?
Could be.
Oh.
The thing is, when it's tricky that Gary may not see how bad the lag is on his end, but for those drivers around him, if the car's lagging like that, it does get very, very difficult to know exactly what's happening. But also, like, I don't know. His car could hit another car while it is lagging, which could cause some issues. Okay, so Jason leading the race once again with Conrad now up his trumpet. SGP was on pole, was leading the race. Definitely wasn't for a while.
He's looking.
Oh, looks like Connor might have a little touch of lag as well. Oh, Jason went in a little hot, didn't he? Oh, wow! Not as hot as the... I think that was Rich.
Rich boys.
Yeah.
Rich boys in the background there.
Side by side through the Porsche curves for the front four. And Conrad makes the move. Nice overtake.
Yeah, SGP, he was third, he's down to fourth now, so whatever he was doing didn't work out for him.
Absolutely. Twilight now closing in on the back of Bob, as well as Bob closing in on the back of this front four. Steve F1, Jason's back ahead. Oh, I didn't quite see that happen. Sure, I was watching the screen. Oh, Conrad's gone deep. He'll have to hope he doesn't get reset there and can slot in safely. SRI's gone. Bob comes steaming through. What a move.
I don't see it. It was, when you said SRI in the background, I was looking to see what happened.
I was thinking, so was I. And then I looked back down and Bob was in third.
Yeah.
So Steve F1 now battling with Jason towards the first couple of corners on the pack. Oh, wow, on the pack, I've just seen Demon R passing Gary. And Gary with a lot of sideways lag there. Twilight then now up to fourth place, having made the move on SGP and Conrad. Oh, someone's got a penalty. Steve F1's got a penalty.
Oh, is that on the curbs, maybe? The chicanes?
It could be. Don't call me baby. It sounded like you just called me baby. But you
Said
said
maybe.
I know. I know. Oh, Bob might be getting a penalty. Yeah, ran a bit wide there. Twilight's got SGP up his chuff. Steve F1 right behind Jason. Conrad right behind SGP. This could get interesting down the straight here.
Oh, they're side by side now. Steve F1 and Jason, and then Bob and Twilight side by side.
That they are. Pat Cam's on Conrad at the moment, sort of looking at the front. Now it's moved back a little bit. So Steve F1 and Jason getting their slipstream off nobody. Twilight's tucked up behind Jason as they come steaming past their camera. Looks like SRI is making moves on the Pat Cam. Is he going to go 3 wide? SGP's trying up the inside. Jason tried to cover it. No go there as they're 3 wide now. Wow, camera. Oh. SGP's got ahead, he's got a bump from Connor, and here comes SRI. Oh, this could get feisty down into the kinky.
Yeah, they're all got to have their brakes ready. Not that kink, that's flat out.
Now they've got to get their brakes ready. This is where if you're in front, you're thinking, please brake everybody, please brake everybody. They're all fanning out to be able to see. Can they get it slowed down?
It's where you kind of tuck your head in between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, absolutely. So SGP now. Where did Steve F1 go in all of these? Dropped down to 5th. So SGP made the move on the straight and into the corner, side by side with Jason. And then we've got Conrad right behind them. And we've got SRI and Steve F1 side by side. Twilight, Dave the Harp in there as well. And Bob. Oh, okay. Into another corner where it's tricky side by side. He's kind of making the move. He is. Can he? Wow, did SGP just get a boost?
I don't know, but they're 3 wide further back as well. Oh, did SGP hold enough room for corner? I think he did.
I saw a little bit of dust being kicked up behind Jason. Up the inside of SGP now. Steve F1 on the outside. It's a little bit blurry. You know, Connor's livery from a distance makes it look a bit like a Bugatti Veyron. Maybe that's why it's quick. Is it a different car? That's what I thought. Has Gary got a wing on his car this week?
I don't think he has.
Well, we'll have to find out. Okay, so Dave the Arp up behind Jason into the Porsche curves. As I don't know how many different leaders we've had in this race so far, but we've had a fair few. And Conrad on the Pat Cam looking back at Jason.
I think this is the first time that SGP hasn't been in the top 3 of coming over that.
I think Gary has got a wing, but I think he's got a hoopy one rather than a flat, sticky one. Sounds a bit dodgy that. Jason having a look up the inside of Conrad, although may have been defending. Dave the Arm's got him picked up a penalty. Oh, SGP! Where's he? I'm guessing that was evasive. With how much he's steering, his wheels were turned. Yeah, it definitely wasn't gaining advantage. Yes, so I don't know where Dave picked up the penalty. But he's up behind Jason, so he's got quite a way until he's going to have to serve that. He has got a run on Jason at the moment. Demon R and SGP, that's side by side. Go on.
I think Gary's got the same kind of wing as SRI then.
Yes, the hoop here. It's like, I don't really know what else to call it other than a hoop here. Yeah, there we are.
Yeah, it's yes.
Okay, so Steve F1 now closing in on the back of SRI as Jason trying to close in on the back of Conrad. Dave Harp also trying to put a bit of pressure on Jason, but here comes SRI, the purple burglar alarm. And then Steve F1 really closing in, isn't he? So Jason, what are you going to do? Can you... Oh, he's gone a little bit defensive as Jason there. They've closed in on Conrad though. SRI's got to run on Dave up the inside. Side by side they go. Jason popping over with a bit of slipstream. There was a little bump in the doors there. Steve F1 may be able to capitalise as Dave pulls out wide. I'm just looking in the background as well. Rich Blues look like he got a bit of a run on someone.
Yeah, Steve F1's side by side with Dave the Harp.
No, he's not. Dave the Harper's not there. Dave the Harper's, I think, dropped out of the race. Oh, Bob's got a... Oh, Bob and Rich Blues on the Pat Cam have just done a Schumacher,
Yes.
Kimi, not Raikkonen, Mika Hakkinen on SGP.
Yeah, no, it's it's like you got to pick your bumming partner.
Absolutely, Dimar ain't got one. Look, he's all on his own. Oh, he's like, come here, Steve. Steve, come on, Steve. But yeah, so SRI, Jason and Conrad, they're working together. That is until they get to the corner, I'm sure. Demonar is closing in a little bit, and the rest of the field is gaining.
SRI, he's just in the middle of the two of them, but there comes Demonar. Demonar's got SRI
Yeah, he is,
before the braking.
Yeah, round the outside, so SRI may be a little too cautious. Jason manages to either take the lead or keep hold of the lead. I can't remember. No, he took the lead from Conrad. Demonar is now just ahead of SRI, and there is a good shot of Gary's rear wing. Okay, so Bob making a move on Steve F1, but yeah, it definitely does look like Dave Harper's no longer in this race, which is unfortunate. Right in the middle.
Yeah, it looks like.
Ooh, Connor! What colour are your panties? Brown. I've got no
I think his car seat's got a big chunk missing. Oh, Steve F1!
Steve F1 with a massive tank slapper there. What colour are your panties? Gary. Big lag on Gary on the back cam. You know what? I think we may have lost Steve F1 as well. Maybe that Spinneroonie. You know what? There was actually a wrestler who did a Spinneroonie. Not a joke. He would do a Spinneroonie in the ring, like a breakdance spin on his back. Yeah, and it was known as the Spinneroonie, I think. Booker T it was. Now, Rich Blues may be able to correct me on that, but I know the wrestler was Booker T, and I'm pretty sure he did used to do a move which was called the Spinneroonie.
I never ever watched in wrestling, to be honest.
Well, some of us like watching muscly men in tight pants fighting each other.
Not really fighting, it's like a show.
Well, exactly, it's a show. It's sports entertainment is what it is.
Yes, he's more entertaining.
Okay, well, yeah, don't get me wrong, I don't mind a bit of UFC. So Jason on the back of Conrad with SRI, Demonar, SGP, Bob, Gary, and Ridge Blues in the top 8. Oh, SGP just gone a little bit wide there.
Yeah, to get Bob closer to him. But there's a couple of back markers, Twilight and Jimmy, quite far back. Wonder something had happened. We never seen.
Well, I'm guessing there was a bit of a coming together somewhere.
Whoa, Gary!
I wasn't looking at that point. What happened?
He done a Jimmy.
Okay. But yeah, hopefully my brain is going down paths I should not go.
We've got a bit of a gap from 4th place to 5th at the minute. So let's see how it goes here.
Well, this is the thing. With this boost setting, these front 4 at the moment would not be getting sped up or slowed down. SGP now may not be getting any boost, but as soon as the car behind him does and he catches up, they more than likely work together as SRI. It looks like Conrad's trying to double share the slipstream, or is he trying to double not share the slipstream?
I think he's trying to
keep everyone behind him.
Yeah.
It's not worked though, because SRI and Demonar have decided that we're going to go round the outside. I must admit, down this straight in this configuration, it is very much NASCAR-esque, isn't it? Where if you don't work together, you will be left behind.
Yeah. SRI's moved over and left Demonar out to try a wee bit.
He did. Now Jason having a look up the inside. Okay, SGP's got a couple of cars closing in on him. Yeah, so interestingly, SGP didn't close in. Excuse me. Oh, Jason and Connor very close together into the Mulsag curve. SRI now leads the race for, I think, the first time.
Do you see how when Jason didn't work with Conrad, they two lost the position to SRI because Demon R had bum drafted SRI at the right moment.
Absolutely.
And SRI managed to get ahead.
Yeah, so as I was mentioning, SGP wasn't able to close the gap in really, definitely not enough to really touch them. It's only now that a car behind SGP has closed up to him. So yeah, very interesting at the moment. Jason, Demon R side by Connor gives Jason a bit of a boost to stay ahead. I mean, maybe that's not the best place to try and bump draft someone in the braking zone, but maybe Connor's trying to work with Jason. Hasn't worked on this occasion because they're both dropping back a little bit. Demon R now into second. They're still side by side. And SGP and it's someone's in the barrier. Jimmy and Gary. Yeah, Jimmy and Gary. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What can you do?
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. I did see what exactly happened, but Twilight waiting again.
Oh, maybe it was Twilight. Oh, Demon R trying to go around the outside of SRI. It's not worked, and here comes Conrad side by side. Oh, Bob having tested out the gravel. So Demon R manages to stay ahead of Conrad, but now SGP is right on. Now, what would be interesting here, last lap, Ray, there was a gap between 4th and 5th. This time, there's a gap between 5th and 6th. On the main straight, I reckon 6th will catch 5th fairly easily. So I would expect to see that gap come down. SGP battling with Jason. Side by side they go as we head towards the final couple of kilometres.
Yeah, and SGP's... did he get ahead of Jason now?
He did, yes.
I wasn't.
Yeah, he managed to just sneak ahead. It's all right, though, because Jason might be coming flying past in about 5 quarters time. He's actually dropped back a bit, hasn't he, Jason?
Yeah, he has. Just a wee bit. Maybe the a wee bit unsettling with SGP taking a position through the rich, through the chicanes.
Yeah. Okay, 6th place might not catch 5th now. Rich going that deep, but you never know. He might still do it. I must admit, though, of this circuit, I do love this first. You know what? There isn't a sector of this track I don't like. But I do love the nature of the flow of the first sector here. It's fairly simple, but it's also a little bit technical. If you get out of the rhythm of it, you can lose so much time. Okay, so if Jimmy and Rich... Oh, wow, cameraman's dead. If Jimmy and Rich work together here, they could find themselves in a very good position at the end of this straight.
Yeah, where's Twilight? Is Twilight there as well?
He's probably waiting for someone. Okay, we've got a splitting of the pack. Where's Jason? Oh,
he's there.
Yeah, he's dropped back a bit. As usual. Maybe he's just biding his time. So as we're 2 by 2, so Conrad and SGP, SRI and Demon R. Just a bit further back. How close is Jimmy and Rich to Jason now?
There's Jimmy.
And they're not helping Jason either. They're going for the move. They've left Jason all on his own. Conrad now with SRI ahead of him. Demon R and SGP. So the two twos have swapped at the front. Jimmy and Rich have fully past Jason. Now, can they get it slowed down into the corner? As SRI, he's either having a look to move or he's having a look at where the corner is. Oh, SGP! Demon R's got a penalty. Oh, what a map it. Oh, Jimmy. Go on.
He got that at the start of last lap. I'm not too sure.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
I can't run.
He may well have done. I thought Jimmy was able to get past SGP then, but he wasn't. You asked about Twilight. He is there behind Rich with Bob behind him. SRI having a look up the inside towards the kink into Indy. Oh, and Demon R having a look around here. SGP having a look up the inside. 4 wide here, don't work. Deep. No, he's gone still there. Has he made the corner? No, he's gone deep. Oh, he's absolutely bottled it.
Yeah,
Oh,
a couple of these switchbacks in there from Dripbears. Conrad.
Conrod's slowing down. Maybe Demon. Oh, Rick Blues is facing the wrong direction. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, I'm wondering if Conrad maybe collected Demon R, so maybe it wasn't Demon R bottling it. Maybe it was Connor getting some Nuki Brown Ale in.
Yeah, see, there's that Bob in third place with Twilight behind him.
Right, that it is. Oh, okay, so into the Porsche curves we go.
How many drivers we had leading this race?
About 6. It'll be interesting to see if we're going to have anybody else leading it from here. Oh, Gary, a bit wide there. Although it's difficult to tell whether he was wide or whether it was just the lag on his car. Yeah, okay, Bob still holding on to that third place with Twilight. Jason in 5th now, with Conrad behind him. And yeah, so okay, so I think Conrad did let Demon R back through. He did, but Demon R has sort of disappeared after that. So SRI up at the front, opening up a little bit of a gap, and then here comes Bob.
And you want to be in the lead, going down a bit.
Well, for some reason I thought about trying to do a Christopher Walken impression, but I don't think I can really do it. It was just the way that I went, well, you know, nah. Oh, got it. Oh, got it. That wasn't Christopher Walken, that was just me. Oh, Gary!
Oh, Gary's spinning.
Oh dear, yeah, Gary is spinning, and looking on the pack cam, Jimmy's slowing down as well, so maybe Jimmy tagged Gary there. Bob trying to make a move on SGP. Are you feeling all right, Bob? Oh, Twilight, he's binned it. Oh, so easy to do. It's weird, isn't it? That corner, it is so easy to bin it in that corner. Oh, he's binned it again. Oh,
I know.
Yeah, he was in the barriers. Come on, Twilight, you're better than this, mate. Come on, chin up. You never know what can happen. Just as Lewis Hamilton says, I'm off to Ferrari, bye. Okay, Jason choosing to bump draft Bob. Bob bump drafted SGP. SGP, is he going to bump draft or is he going to try and get past? Oh, Bob's going for the move, but no one's going with him, so he tucks back in. Wise move. I mean, some people might not like this type of racing. I find it quite fascinating because you have to be clever with what you're doing with the circumstances. Like, if Jason tries to go past him, he's not going anywhere. But if Jason pulls out, if any one of the 3 cars pulls out in front of him, forward he goes. See, he's having a look, popping out, but no one's going with him.
Oh,
but now Bob's out. Oh, SGP had a look, but thought better of it. Bob can get back in. Demon R and Conrad working together, closing in. Oh, SGP looking. Bob's out to dry. He's round the outside. Bob's in the lead. Not for long. That's 7.
That's all right.
Oh, that's all right. Oh, dear. Oh, well, that was 7 different leaders. I mean, I don't know if you have to be leading for a certain period of time to be classed as a leader or not. But yeah, I mean, that was fascinating down that straight, though, seeing like cars pop out. Oh, no one's going with me. I'll pop back in. So Conrad pops out. Has he got the run? He is. So this way, okay, he's up alongside Jason enough. That gives SGP, okay, are you going to bump draft the one? Are you going to slipstream the one that's a bit further back or not?
I thought Conrad was a wee bit ahead, but Conrad's trying it round outside. It's alright, you've got SRI's in the kitty litter.
Oh, a little switch from Jason to defend the inside. I've got to say, some brilliant crashes, some brilliant racing going on here. Some brilliant Gary sideways. Yeah, I don't know if that's what you saw. I just happened to look at the pack.
Yeah.
And that isn't Twilight waiting for someone, by the way. That I think think he was just getting going again after being involved with Gary there. So Jimmy's right behind SRI. Rich Blues is up to 5th. Oh, 2 by 2 as we head to the Porsche. No, Conrad, he's going up the inside. Bumps SGP forward, but here comes Jason back at him. Oh,
Jason round outside.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, we've only got a few more. I wonder if Connor realised he went in a bit hot there, and he may actually back out of this and let those two back through. I don't know. Rich Blues trying to hold on to that 5th place ahead of SRI. Runs a little bit wide. SRI gets the move done. Okay, we've got a couple of corners to go, and then we're on to the last lap of the race, folks. And surprise, surprise, not. Jason is up there near the lead.
He's still within a good chance, isn't he?
It's a Swedish predator.
What does he do? Turn them into meatballs before he eats them?
yeah. I wonder if he could sound like a predator. Well, no, that's not. That sounded more like a sexual pussycat rather than a predator. Oh, Jason!
Oh, a wee bit contact with Jason and SGP, but that's let Demon R through and Conrad. SRI's there as well, looking for a wee move on as well.
Yeah, and
there's a side by side coming down the hill.
There we are, and then we've got Jimmy and Rich Blues in 6th, 7th, Twilight behind him in 8th.
Rich has just sent Jimmy.
Oh dear, Gary sideways as well.
Was it Jimmy or Twilight?
I think it was Jimmy, yeah. Twilight's there, look just ahead of Bob. Okay, so SGP leading on to the Mulsanne for the final time with Conrad in 2nd place. Demon R in 3rd. Oh, Jason 4th. SRI 5th. This is fascinating stuff. Okay, who is going to help who here?
Pick your bets and pick your partner, should I say.
A Swedish man and a Scotsman walked onto a straight. Okay, Demon R and Conrad. Or is it Demon R and SGP?
Oh, SGP's moved over.
Or is it Demon R and Conrad?
He's got to watch because there's SRI and Jason jumped in as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
here come Bob and Twilight and Gary. Oh,
Jason's out to dry. Or can he tuck back in? SRI has a look. Conrad, Twilight's having a look. Okay, so Twilight and Bob. I think it's Twilight and Bob. Oh, Bob here! Big tag slapper. SJP leading. Twilight. He's done nothing all race. It can't
still
be.
Hanging out the outside.
It can't be. Is he going to do a Bob and go straight into the... Gary's gone wide. And Twilight's leading. That's it. I'm done. That's right. See you later, everyone.
What a move.
Shocking. Well, I said a moment ago, anything can happen. I didn't mean that.
Who was pushing him? I didn't see.
It was Bob.
I seen Bob for a little bit, and then it was nobody. Oh, somebody's beating their horn.
I thought they were beating something else. Okay, so Twilight leading from Conrad. Twilight's not been in this, but that's the 8th probably different leader of this race. Can he hold on?
Oh.
Jason sideways. Jason sideways again. Twilight is still leading. Conrad defending from SGP. He's got the inside line. Here comes SRI. SGP covering that, but also attacking.
Yeah, he attacked Conrad into that corner. And now SGP's slow out the corners. SRI going to get SGP, but Conrad's giving SGP the slipstream.
Well,
as we go into the, is it Craner curves? Porsche curves?
It's Porsche curves, Craner curves. It's not into. Twilight's got a bit of a gap here as Tweety Bird is eyeing up Demon R and Jason. Bob, can he get into the Porsche curves on this occasion correctly? Yes, he can. Twilight, out of nowhere, he's only got about 8 corners to go. Can he hold it? Can he hold it?
SRI's got past SGP.
Oh, that he is. Jason, championship leaders, down to 6th at the moment. Bob's a little bit out of shape, and Jason going wide. Twilight's under pressure. Pushing down on him. Pushing down on me. Oh.
And Conrad's got the lead. Twilight's hanging it around outside. Come on, Twilight.
He's kind of going to go. Oh, Twilight went a little deep. That'll compromise him. Can SGP attack? No, he can't. That allows Connor to get through to take the win. Twilight's going to take second. SRI's absolutely bottled it over the line. Takes out Jason, thankfully, after the finish line. But holy cow, what a race.
Jesus.
Excuse my throat.
I think we need a week's break.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. What a race. That was mental. Oh, sorry, I need to have a drink. My throat's killing after that. Oh. Well. Oh. So, what do you make of that boost setting, right?
What do I make of the boost setting or the race?
Well, that's a good point. It's a good point now. I tell you what did you make of the race?
It was all action. I don't think there was a moment of rest.
No. I mean,
that would have been a tough one for the drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want entertainment, it was there in a nutshell. I gotta say, there was some really, really good racing in there as well. I mean, something I've been thinking about more and more recently is, like, you know, when you're watching real racing, like professionals racing, and you see how much they mess up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. I think in some ways you just have to go. You know what? None of us are professional racing drivers. We're gonna mess up more than them. And I suppose one thing that got me thinking about that was, so I'm into a bit of golf, not that everyone knows. But like, you got your professional golfers like your Rory McIlroys, who, I mean, the scores, the things they can do, they make it look easy, and it makes everyone else think, I can do that. They can't. So as an amateur golfer, duffing shots or miss-hitting shots or hitting it in the water and things like that, and it can get some people really, really annoyed. But I think sometimes people have to go, well, you know what, I'm an amateur, and not in a bad way, but I'm not a professional. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna get things wrong. It's gonna happen because the pros duff it. They hit it into the water. They make mistakes. So if the pros can do it and they're getting paid millions to not do that, then yeah, we're going to make mistakes as well. And I think sometimes when people, I don't know, maybe if people can sort of have a different look on it, yeah, maybe it can change how they approach things or how they react to things. You know, like when people are self-deprecating, like they shout at themselves for making mistakes. It's like, give yourself a break.
Have a Kit Kat.
Exactly. Other chocolate bars are available. Although at the moment I've got into chocolate coated Oreos.
Yeah. I've been 12 packets of crisps.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't deep fry them. Fucking hell. Battered crisps.
Snowballs.
Shocking. Yeah, I mean, I'll say well done to Conrad there taking the win, and well done to Twilight. That move was phenomenal. Absolutely brilliant. I might have to G-spot that to see exactly how we did it. See where he cut the corner.
On the outside.
Yeah.
He got the corner on the outside.
Yeah, he went wide, he was off the track. But no, fair play to him. And the thing is, well, I mean, it's not easy driving that track on your own, let alone in a pack like we've had there. Okay, anything else you want to add, Ray?
Me? The way you said that makes me feel I need to announce something that I don't have a clue about.
That's all right then. Do we know what the next track is? Oh, yes.
Yeah, but I don't know their name.
Yeah.
I know you go down the straight, go round the left hand, long left-hander, and then
Up
into a
Wiggly Hill.
Wiggly Hill, and then after that, is it hard on the brakes to go right? I can't remember.
You got another long left-hander. After the Wiggly Hill, you got a long
Oh, yeah.
left-hander, then up and over a hill, into a tight hairpin right, tight hairpin left, into a fast chicane left-right, into another long left-hander, into what is then another hairpin right, I think hairpin left, or is it just a hairpin right, and then up the hill to the other hairpin, and then down the hill into a chicane, and then into a hairpin final corner. Otherwise known as Yamagiwa and Miyabi circuit. And if you want to know if you're going around it the correct way, you do go up the Wiggly Hill at the start, not down the Wiggly Hill at the end. So yeah, interesting.
Oh, yeah, slippery track. Found on the brake and in the corners, it was a lot to try and get it slowed down and turning.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see how the drivers get on around that track. Now, in the weeks of breaking news in motor racing, for anyone that doesn't know, Lewis Hamilton's going to Ferrari. You know what? I find it hilarious if it all fell through. Although, actually, today I've been seeing that.
Well, Sainz confirms he will leave Ferrari at the end of 2024.
Yeah, I think that was confirmed last night.
About 3 hours ago.
Yeah. But today, I mean, I've just seen as well that, like, as we're recording this, Toto Wolff, I think, has actually done a video piece. So, and with the title of "Not a Surprise." So, yeah, I'm going to go and watch that in a minute. But yeah, the things I've been hearing today is that obviously Hamilton's move is due to happen to Ferrari at the end of this coming season. But some people are thinking that the way that this has all come about, Ferrari might try and fast track it and get the switch to happen now, which I can't see happening because their car should already be sized up for Sainz and Leclerc. But, you never know, so there could be another shot coming in that one. Right.
See.
Anything else you want to add? I'm asking that on purpose just because there isn't anything and it makes you panic.
Yeah, it's I just found something else I need
to share, but not on the broadcast. Okay.
No.
And I will say, apologies for not having folks having any jokes ready this week, folks. I was having a nap before commentary, so yeah. So if commentary today was a bit flat, that's why. I'm still waking up now. Right, Ray, thank you very much for joining us on commentary.
No worries. It was a pleasure. Sorry, I was like, no, stop. Yeah, pleasure having us, and it's been great racing from the drivers and whatnot. And the admins we know the frustration of some of the drivers, and the admins will be talking this weekend. So
frustrations? What frustrations?
Racing frustrations. Or boost frustration.
It boosts
as well.
Frustration.
Yeah.
Okay,
so, well, the admins will be talking the night before this video goes out.
No,
so
they'll be talking yesterday.
Yesterday,
Well,
and
to be fair, they're talking all the time, aren't they?
yeah, they're constantly at it and fighting each other and slagging each other off and singling out the Scotsman.
Yeah, killing each other on words,
Yeah, that as well.
Right.
Yeah. There might be a post coming soon. Or there might already be a post. We don't know.
Or there might not be a post at all. Watch this space. That was almost like a Carl Pilkington cliffhanger. Yeah, we've got some news coming, but we might not have some news coming. We could have some news though, but you know what? It also might not happen, and nothing could happen, so there might not be. So the best thing to do is come and like keep an eye on things, because stuff could happen. But to be fair, we do need to announce the next championship car at some point. So yeah, the admins will be getting that sorted out fairly soon as well. Right, Ray, thank you for confusing things on commentary.
No worries. Anytime.
Yeah, and we shall take a look at the confirmed race results, see if there's been any stewarding, and have a look then at the championship standings, as Jason will have had his lead chopped down a little bit, or has he? Because it could well depend on how people score points around him, because we might have someone else in second place that wasn't there before, so the gap could be bigger. It also might not be bigger, but it could be, so there's only one way to find out, and that's keep watching, because it'll be in about 10 seconds. Right, thank you, Ray.
Thank you for that outro. Goodbye.
See you in a bit. Confirmation then of the race results. Conrad with a victory in the maximum 20 points, Twilight second place, SGP in third, Jason fourth, SRI fifth, Jimmy in sixth, Rich Blues seventh, Almighty Narsh, that's Bob in eighth, Demon R ninth, Formula Gary in 10th, with Steve F1 a DNF and Dave the Harp also a DNF. Steve F1 has managed to pick up a 2-point penalty, yeah, negative points for Steve. Is that better than Gary did? I don't know. But to be fair, Steve did report himself for an incident, and that will be covered on the Stewards Report and the G-Spot. Let's see what that's done to the standings then. Jason still leads the way, and interestingly has opened up the gap to second place, because Steve F1 was in second place. And now it's SGP, so it's a 13-point gap between first and second. Conrad with the victory jumps all the way up to third place. Jimmy still holding on to fourth by 1 point to Twilight, who's now in fifth. Steve F1 drops from second to sixth on 28 points, with SRI now in seventh on his own on 27. Demon R is in eighth place on 26 points. Then we've got Gary and Rich tied for ninth on 25 points each. Dave the Harp drops down to 11th place on 19, with Art Powell not racing. He's on 18 points in 12th place, and he's joined there by Bob. Okay, so big announcement. Hopefully the drivers will have heard it by now. There's going to be a change to the format for the following races. And I really do hope that every driver has been messaged at this point. Otherwise, this is breaking news. And if you haven't had it, you are going to get a message very soon, drivers. I'll give a very quick, brief explanation. The current boost setting that we were using, the strong boost setting, we wanted to use and we wanted to try it. One, to see how it works with a lot of cars on the track. Two, one of the things we saw when we tested it was it seemed to make the cars become single file rather than bunching them up, and we wanted to see if that would carry on into a race scenario. Turns out that isn't what's happened. Instead, it has bunched up the whole field and getting people side by side way easier than what we were expecting it to do. But it was something that we needed to have a look at and see if it was a boost setting that may be better to use in the future. And it has become very clear it's not the boost setting for DGT to go forward with in the future. And in turn, the boost setting has caused frustration for a few people. The idea of bunching people up isn't necessarily a bad thing, but physically slowing a leader down is a little bit extreme. So for everybody's sanity, as fun as this championship has been for some, and as exciting as it has been to watch, for the sanity of all involved, the boost setting is going to be reverted to the weak boost setting. Now, what does that mean for the drivers? Well, not a lot really, other than it's going to go back to the setting we were using before. So the way that'll work is the top half of the grid will get no boost whatsoever. They won't get slowed down either. And then from halfway down the grid to last, we'll all be able to get boost at the same rate as each other. So last place will get the same amount of boost as halfway up the grid. And honestly, we really do wish, and to be honest, I think we'll probably try and see if we can get in touch with Gran Turismo. We would love it if Gran Turismo had a sliding scale or a descending scale of boost. So like first gets no boost, second gets 1/10 of boost, and third gets 2/10 of boost, or whatever it may be. But gradually each position gets a little bit of boost, rather than it be half gets none, half gets boost. And for anyone that doesn't remember, it is exactly the same way the boost worked on GT Sport on the week setting. So it's no different to what we were using in the past. Again, though, it may seem different with us having no pit stops in this championship like the previous one. So there isn't going to be that mixing of drivers pitting for fresh tyres and undercuts, overcuts and all that kind of thing yet. So for the sanity of everybody, we're all going to switch it over. Now, one thing I will say is that if after changing it, people's sanity is still being tested, then at least we know it's not down to the boost setting, and it'll be down to the people in the cars. And then we'll perhaps have to have a drink and a chat. So hopefully I haven't just broken the news and the message will have gone out. It should, I know it's definitely due to go out before Monday, but now I've put a bit of pressure on SGP. For the viewers, will it make a difference? In a way, yes. There's still going to be loads of action because there always has been in DGT League, but we're not going to see that whole bunching of all of the cars. As admins, after the first couple of races, we were able to see, okay, this is not the boost setting for DGT going forward in the future, but it is something different, and it is something that could be used for one-off events or shorter championships, special seasons, and stuff like that. So it's not like it's going to disappear forever. It'll still be a setting that can be used in the dirty championships if we do them, or maybe instead of doing a dirty championship, we do a silver star championship where it's something a little bit different, where this boost setting can be involved. Okay, right, that's all from me. Thanks for listening and watching. You know what to do: like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and we'll see you all again soon for Yamagiwa and Miyabi.